A couple of years ago, I was in Dubai, and I paid a visit to the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world. If you've seen Mission Impossible 3, you know it. 2,773 feet tall, just short of a kilometer, straight up, 160 stories. And there's an outdoor, yes, outdoor, observation deck on the 124th floor. Now, as I stood looking out over the city and the desert and the Persian Gulf, I couldn't help thinking about that old story about what would happen if you dropped a penny from that height. If it hit somebody on the ground, would it kill them? Well, as far as I can tell, this is a question that dates back to the opening of the Empire State Building in 1931. What would happen if you dropped a penny off the top and it hit somebody on the sidewalk below? Well, the answer turns out to be virtually nothing. First of all, the physics of gravity says that there's something called terminal velocity, the maximum speed at which something can be accelerated to by the force of gravity in a fall. The penny would not continuously accelerate over the course of that 124-story drop. Second, there's the matter of air resistance. A penny is small and flat. It would be buffeted by the air on the way down so that it would more or less flutter like a leaf. Now, if there was no air, the maximum speed of the penny would be 335 kilometers per hour. That would hurt, might cause some damage, but it wouldn't burrow into your head like a bullet. But as it stands, the maximum speed of a penny dropped off a skyscraper of any height is about 40 kilometers per hour. It would just harmlessly bounce off your head. And how do we know this? Well, actually, because there are scientists who investigate such things. I still wouldn't try it, though. It would be awfully annoying to be hit with some loose change from the sky. Anyway, there's a secret about falling pennies. Now let's do some secrets about rock.
This is The Secret History of Rock with Alan Cross.
Hello again, I'm Alan Cross, and I have 2 hours of, musical weirdness for you. In just a bit, some tawdry tales of sex in alt rock. Don't make that face. You know you want to hear this stuff. We'll also look back at 1996, and since we started with a little science with falling pennies, I thought we'd begin with a few medical mysteries of music. Scientists are fascinated by the effect of music on the human brain. There doesn't seem to be any evolutionary reason behind our need to make music, yet there isn't a single culture anywhere on the planet that doesn't have some kind of musical tradition. In fact, the human brain seems to be hardwired to make and appreciate music for some reason, and nobody can figure out why. When you get right down to it, though, the effect that music has on us is chemical. It does something to our brains that governs emotion, physical responses, memory, mathematical relationships, and the processes we call creativity. Our relationship with music is profound and very complex. Take the case of young Corey George. In 2005, he was hit by a car near his home in southern Wales in the UK. It was his 9th birthday, and the accident happened as he was on his way to spend his birthday money at a nearby shop. Something tragic happened, and he was hit by an SUV as he was crossing the street. At first, the prognosis was, very, very grim. He was in a coma and laid motionless in a hospital bed for 2 weeks. But then his mother, God bless her, wouldn't give up. She started playing Corey's favorite CD as he lay there, hoping that it would have some kind of effect. Less than an hour after she put it on, for the very first time, Corey opened his eyes. He began wiggling his fingers and his toes, and 4 days later he was moved out of intensive care. A coincidence? Or was there something in the music that reached Corey on a level that nothing else could? Whatever the case, it's quite possible that his life was saved by songs like this from his favorite CD, Green Day's American Idiot.